guys, it's Jess aka What's in Our Face and welcome to today's video. I have never done a video like this before, but I thought it would kind of be a fun thing to do. So I keep like a wish list in my notes of different palettes that I like kind of am in love with, but realistically I just don't need any more palettes, so I'm probably not going to be able to buy these, especially because like I need to like kind of conserve my money at the moment, so I can only buy things that are absolutely necessary. But that doesn't mean I don't want a bunch of stuff, so I thought I could spend this video telling you my top 10 indie brand palettes that I really want. I kind of would love to start like a series on my channel of like things I want or things I'm not really interested in and that kind of thing, so let me know in the comments down below if that's something you'd be interested in. There are obviously palettes from mainstream brands that I want to so badly, but I thought it would be fun to show some love to some indie brands and maybe show you guys some indie brands that you've never even heard of before, and that could be kind of fun. So I'm gonna make some room to one side of me so that we can insert photos of palettes like over here and hopefully that'll work out nicely. So yeah, without further ado, please subscribe if you haven't already, give this video a big fat thumbs up and ring that bell so you can be the first to know when my shenanigans hit the tube. Alright, so I have my laptop like in front of me in this direction, so if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my laptop. I will look up the prices and have them in this corner with the palette itself, so hopefully that will be helpful for you guys. I will be discussing these palettes in no particular order. So the first palette I want is the You're a Fucking Babe palette from Angry Mommy Cosmetics. Oh my god, you guys, this brand is so freaking cute. They have this like trio of palettes. It's called like a You're a Fucking collection, and it's like you're a fucking babe, you're a fucking diva, you're a fucking queen. It's just the cutest thing. I love the aesthetic of this brand. So I would want the You're a Fucking Babe palette because of these greens. There's like a minty green and like a dark minty green and a lime green. And the blues in this palette are stunning, and like the yellows are so cute. It looks like it's like a neon yellow. I've never tried anything from this brand, but oh my god, I would love to. So the second palette is from Ace Beaute. So I would love to have their Oceanic palette, sis. It just looks so beautiful. Bora Bora. It looks like the most beautiful shimmer in the world, and like honestly I'm way more of a glitter than a shimmer girl, but I can appreciate a good shimmer. That one looks like it's it. Also what I love is that it's a green and blue palette and there are no browns in it, and I feel like a lot of times brands nowadays, no matter what the color scheme is, like even if it's like blue and green, they will just sprinkle some browns in there, and I'm like, sis, that does not make sense. In this palette they have a navy blue and like a dark green, and I love that. That is so awesome that they use those shades for like deepening shades as opposed to like brown or black. So I really love the color story in this and the uniqueness of the shades, and it is just super cute, so I want it. The third palette. So this is a brand I very recently discovered through Trend Mood promoting some of their palettes. Oh my gosh, they have this gorgeous thing. They're like rebranding or something, and they have this ginormous palette with these two beautiful freaking highlight shades in the middle. Oh, you guys, I am just a sucker for highlighters. Even though I don't need more, I just like, I can't control myself. There's a shade called Birthday Cake, and that shade is like the prettiest pink I've ever seen in my life. Like I literally want the whole palette just for that shade, because like if you know me, this palette is not my aesthetic at all. Like I am not a warm tone queen, sis. Like I love me my like rainbow palettes, but I don't know, there is something about the aesthetic of this palette that I just like want to eat it all up. So the fourth palette is actually from the same brand, which I actually am not sure if I've even said the name. Why am I the worst? They're called La Rock Cosmetics, and oh my god, you guys, this is the Intergalactic palette, and it is just so stunning. This is kind of what I was saying before about how like the palette is literally green and blue with like a little bit of yellow, but they also added 2 browns, which is kind of a problem for me. However, the palette itself does look really big, so the pans are probably huge, which means that you are still getting a really nice decent portion of the cool shades, and there are still more cool shades than shades I don't really want, and I really like the shades that aren't the browns. Like these are gorgeous greens, and that yellow, oh my god, I want that yellow so badly. And I love that blue shade. I don't know, it just looks really cute to me. I'm kind of getting Subculture vibes from it, but like I love that. Like I think Subculture is a gorgeous color story, and so this palette is also a cute color story. I just wish there weren't the 2 browns, but also I did actually look up how much this palette costs, and it's like 16 bucks, you guys, or 16 pounds, so maybe like 20 bucks, and for how big the pans look, I think it's like an amazing price, so super good. So the 5th palette that I would like is it would be crazy if I didn't mention it. The Burger palette from Glamlight, you guys. Glamlight is freaking killing it. Honestly, when I saw Glamlight releasing these palettes on Instagram, I was actually not super interested. Like, I was more in love with the concepts and the palettes and color stories themselves. And for me, I need to be able to actually get a lot of use in my palette, and it needs to be like super practical. So if I just like the packaging, I'm not gonna get the palette, because it doesn't make sense for me to just have stuff sitting around just because it's like cute to look at. Like, I need to actually be able to enjoy using the palettes that I own. So I didn't really think that these were too revolutionary, but when I was in America a few months ago at this point, I did see them in person in Riley Rose. I saw the pizza palette and the burger palette, and like, oh god, I love the pizza palette as a concept because pizza is my favorite thing in the world, like ever. Then I also saw the burger palette, and the freaking color story on the burger palette is just incredibly stunning. The shades are so unique. I fell in love. Like, I actually like the packaging way more on the pizza palette than the burger palette, because the burger one is also super bulky and like thick and like really inconvenient to store. But for that color story, sis, I need her. So now we are on to the 6th palette that I really want to have. This is from Glam Cosmetics. Oh, I am so obsessed with this brand. Like, they are out here producing the coolest products. They have these like water activated neon liners. Like, sis, they look insane. I've never actually tried anything from this brand, but like, they are like on my list of brands I absolutely need to buy from when I can. And so the palette I want to talk about is the Party by the Beach palette. Sis, this like crazy neon green in the center just is so pretty, and it's right next to that yellow. Oh my god, I just love it. And then this blue shimmer. Again, some of these indie brands are really like killing it with these blue shimmers. It's like, that blue shimmer is stunning. I don't know, if I'm being really picky, I might say like the blue in the bottom left and then the one next to, I don't know, the black, I want to say. They do look really similar, so I don't know, but like, that's me being really picky. Like, overall, I want this palette because it is so gorgeous. So the 7th palette is actually also from Glam Cosmetics. Guys, I'm telling you, they have some cute ass color stories. But right now we are going to focus on the Color Rush palette. Oh my god. Look at that like pink. That is such a stunning shade of pink. Like, sis. Just those greens and those blues. And what I also love is that this palette is mainly matte. And I love that because I really love being able to come up with like endless blend combinations, because for me, like, shimmers kind of just like put on your lid and call it a day. But with mattes, I feel like that's where you can get the most creative, because you can create these shapes and just all these different blends, and I just love when there are a lot of mattes in a palette, and Color Rush does it for me. So the 8th palette that I would love to have in my hands is called, I think, Vibrant Neon, I want to say, from Jackie or JC, I think Jackie Cosmetics, and says, where do I even start? It's all mattes, first of all. Huge plus from me, says. And oh my god, the color story, like, I love how randomly the pans are laid out. Like, it's not really in color order. I just really love like chaotic looking palettes like this. It's just, oh, I just feel so inspired. Like, I want to put like all of this on my eyeballs. Oh my god, I want this palette so badly. Super cute. Nothing negative to say here. We are gonna just move right along before I start crying. So now the 9th palette, almost done, you guys. This is the 21 Shadow in Matte palette from Carity. Carity is actually a brand, you guys, that I have been following since way before I had a makeup account. They came out with these like liquid lipsticks, I want to say, like a year ago, 2 years ago, and for some reason they were just like super big and they popped off everywhere. So I followed them for my personal account, and I was just like so inspired by these rainbow palettes, like before I had even ever touched an eyeshadow palette. So this is just a palette I will always have my eye on, I feel like, because first of all, it's rainbow, and second of all, it's all matte. Like, sis, what more can I need? But the thing is, now that I like do have a bunch of rainbow palettes, I am kind of looking at this with a more picky point of view, because let's count how many browns there are. There's 3 browns, and then this top left corner over here of just like really pale shades. I don't think I would ever use them. I'm super into this like mint in the top right corner, but even the one like next to it, like, I don't even know what that is. This, I don't know. I do still really want it, just kind of almost for the sentimental value. Like, this is literally like one of the first indie rainbow palettes I have ever seen, and like, it would be cool to have it, but The last but not least palette I really want to have is by Lady in Red collection, and this is called the Bold palette. Oh my god, sis. The bottom row is all, I want to say, glitter, and the shades that they chose are just so cute. I love the selection of greens and yellows in here, and even those like pinks just look so nice, and oh, those reds look so bright. I love that. I also in general just like love bigger palettes. I know a lot of people have been like trying to move away from like the Morphe XL palette kind of situation or whatever, but I love big palettes. I love having like a huge shade range to choose from. But for me, what's important is that like half the shades aren't brown, and this palette does a beautiful job with that, and that is why she is on my list of palettes that I really want to have. Yes, so that concludes our list of 10 palettes that I really want to own someday. That was like kind of painful for me to do, and to like look at all of these guys like all in one sitting, all together, all of the things that I'm just like itching to have. But like, it's okay, we got through this, and I hope you guys enjoyed me putting myself through that torture. I would love to hear if any of these palettes actually stood out for you. With all that being said, we are done with today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.